Revisiting my hell experience. For those of you that don't know, um, I'll share it below. But 3 years after my heavenly had a near-death experience, I had a very dark, very sinister, hellish experience, and I've battled for years for many years as to why I had completely opposite experiences, having been essentially the same person over those 3 years with very little change to my lifestyle. I kind of see it now as the first experience, not really as a warning, but just a portrayal of godly love, which I was yearning for, which I was searching for. And I felt a sense of cosmic abandonment, and at times still do, like it's very distant. But I always have to come to the realization that there is no distance at all. Everything is here and now, and so too is God. He's there with you all the time. He will help you speak to Him, pray, develop a relationship, because He yearns, he, she, whatever you want to call it, yearns for a relationship with His creation. He didn't just create just to have us abandoned and be on our own. He wants His children to love Him, to know Him, and to be with Him. Having said that, I just the existence of this absolute darkness, unlike many New Age people like to say that this is simply the manifestation of your own mind. I'm going to disagree right there. And other people who have had similar hellish experiences will also say the same. It is partially the case in the sense that you attract that to you. You do. You, in a sense, manifest the attraction, but not the actual place, events, whatever may transpire. Um, Having said that, the people that I saw there and the grotesque nature they displayed, being in dirty robes, being filthy zombie like creatures, sunken eyes, covered in filth, um, I knew that they lived on Earth. I knew that they were real people and that they were not something I just imagined to create this dark experience. I knew how real they were the moment they came up to me and began to insult me in the very depths of my soul. Worse, many magnitudes times worse than any other insult I've heard in this life. It cut you to the bone and ripped you apart. There was a seething hatred that they all seemed to share, a seething hatred for creation, and a love for selfishness. One thing I can say is that at that time, I was extremely selfish. And I was not a very good person to my family, And I'm still now not the greatest of people by any means. I'm not trying to scare anyone or say that, there is no hope and that you have relatives in this dark place. The opposite, if you do, I know that they won't be there eternally. That isn't true. Every light will shine bright again. Every light. Because everything that comes from the singularity of God will return to it. It will. It just boggles my mind when I saw that demonic figure that was pure blackness and without form approach me and vomit on my face. How such a creature darker than dark could even exist. How could something that dark even exist? It was blacker than the blackest black that I was even in. And that to me is astonishing. And yet, as we discussed earlier, we know that any and all things exist, and any and all things are possible, from the darkest dark to the brightest light, and everything in between. Just making this video because I revisit this often, because it made a profound impact on me, having been much different than a so-called dream, like many of you probably think it is, but it was no dream. Not a chance. All right. That's all I wanted to say.